The progress that the British women have made over the last Olympic cycle has been nothing short of spectacular, and in many ways unpredictable. The world team this year, which consisted of 55 kilo Fraer Morrow, 59 kilo Jess Gordon-Brown, 71 kilo Sarah Davies and plus 87 kilo lifter Emily Campbell, has advanced British weightlifting up the rankings into positions unknown for the team. By the end of the World Championships, they'd won between them 3 silver medals and 2 bronze medals. That's more medals than a very recent superpower of the sport, Kazakhstan, and only 1 medal shy of Team USA, who had both women and men competing. This was the first training session for Fraer, Jess and Sarah at the 2021 World Championships, our first day filming there too. Emily Campbell, who was competing on the final day of the competition, her first competition since winning the silver medal at the Olympics, wasn't here for this session as it was nearly 2 weeks out for her. Despite it being the first session for the other 3, which is traditionally a bit lighter, it ended up going quite heavy, with Fraer working up to a new personal record in the power snatch, continuing up until she got pushed down into a full snatch, and hitting multiple 90+% lifts in the clean and jerk in the Weightlifting House leather belt, which, by the way, is now back in stock in the UK and Europe, and back in the USA within the next week. Sarah Davies also pushed the power variations of the lifts pretty heavy, and Jess probably went the lightest of the 3. What's interesting about these lifters is that they all competed in sports beforehand to a high level. As far as most of the elite weightlifters in the world go, they followed along a similar path, whether that was a specific sport or that their weightlifting system built into it an extremely long and varied general physical preparedness phase. All of them did something before weightlifting. The Soviets like running, jumping and throwing. Team China continues to develop fitness and high-skill, high-proprioceptive movements. And if you look at a successful, decentralized team like the USA, almost all of the top women competed for years in gymnastics. From Team GB, Fraer Morrow was also a high-level gymnast. And the body awareness, general strength, mobility, ability to move the body as a system rather than as separate parts that she's developed have allowed her to move up the rankings particularly fast and do so with little injury or technical fault. Another thing that gymnasts develop is a mental edge. No one trains harder than a gymnast. Hours, more so than weightlifting, every single day, focusing on movement perfection. Sarah Davies has a slightly less conventional route, competing in beauty pageantry before and during her career. It may not have developed athleticism better than any other sport, but the dedication, focus, commitment, and, I imagine above all, discipline required to achieve and win the medals that she did have lent themselves extremely well to her weightlifting career. Jess Gordon-Brown, much like Fraer, competed in gymnastics to a high level, and then, as far as I'm aware, or as far as my memory of our conversation is reliable, reached an even higher level of judo, competing internationally, basically kicking ass and taking names. And again, the physical qualities that are fostered through gymnastics seem to be preferable with regards to general physical preparedness than any other sport, learning to move your own body first. And then for judo, I guess, was learning to move someone else's body. Jess told us that she found weightlifting the most enjoyable of the sports. And finally, Emily Campbell, who's not here in this session, trained in track and field before transitioning over to weightlifting, throwing the shot put, hammer and discus, a sport which might possess the biggest transfer of skills to weightlifting. It's slightly further to the right on the force velocity curve than weightlifting, but the training qualities are quite similar. Sure, you have to produce a lot of force, but velocity is a key component, the rate of force development. The speed with which an athlete can generate a high level of force is more important than peak force with no time domain. And whether that's with a shot put or a barbell, the training methodologies between throwing and weightlifting will have a relatively large area of crossover. Within 5 years, from 2016 to 2021, Emily went from picking up weightlifting to earning the silver medal behind China's Li Wenwen at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Talent transfer is an integral part in British weightlifting's strategy to improve as a weightlifting nation as they move forward, providing opportunities for athletes from other sports with similar force production requirements like throwing or sprint cycling. It might be the thing that leads British weightlifting to finding the next Fraer, Sarah, Jess or Emily, not to mention Zoe Smith, one of our most decorated weightlifters and 2-time Olympian who didn't compete here. In fact, now retired but another of our Olympians and world medalists, weightlifting legends, Emily Godley, now Emily Muscat, now works for British weightlifting with this plan to not only increase the top of the funnel in terms of the number of people exposed to the sport, but also the quality of the athletes who fall into it. This weekend, Weightlifting House will be at the British Championships to watch and film these athletes, along with the crop of other talented and exciting female and male athletes. If you're interested in the belts and straps used in this video, we'll have them there available, discounted to British Weightlifting members. But if you won't be there, the good news is that we sell all of our products around the world online. Belts are now back in stock in the UK and EU and will be in the USA in the next few days. Wraps, straps, tapes and more are available too. Also, if you want to watch more from the British athletes, check out our new Great Britain Instagram account, weightlifting_house_GBR. Don't forget to like and subscribe as we aim towards 60k subscribers.
There you go.
Thank you.
So they've got